is a document proposed by the government or another party that shows, the proposed expenditure, taxes, and so on. Well, Ghana's 2023 budget has been read about 12 days ago. And so today, my panelists and I will be talking about it. It's a very sad incident, extremely sad for me especially, because I'm a youth, and I know you're also a youth who is watching now. And so many things. But what were the highlights in there for you? I want to know. Tell me about it on 020-986-9961. But if you're also watching on Facebook, leave the comments there and the questions. I want to know what you have to say about the budget. And so quickly, let's just go in and meet the two gentlemen who are already in the studios. They are regular people you already know. But if you didn't get the number is 020-986-9961. Pick it and then tell me what you have to say. Michael and Rafiu, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Today is a very sad day for me, even though it's my favorite day, Tuesday, but I'm not very happy. Let me start with Rafiu. I'm not starting with Michael today. Today, if I get safe, like we go take Michael.
then me, I go do the talk.
You see.
Raf has to do it. He's supposed to do all the
Definitely. But for the sake of natural justice, I have to hear his side too. So,
yes.
Rafiu, let me put it this way. What are your highlights of the 2023 budget? What are the points that you would say stand out for you?
Okay, thank you very much, Abina. Let me say a very good afternoon to yourself, and a good afternoon to our cherished viewers across the country. I think I've been out of Accra for some time now.
Oh, okay.
Before I move to the substantive issue this afternoon, I would like to acknowledge two very important personalities in my life. First of all, let me extend my deepest condolences to Kwame Owusu-Danso of Pan-African TV. Kwame Owusu-Danso has become a brother to me, a big brother, a mentor, a boss, who would always mention my name in the room of opportunities, even in my absence. Today, he's lost a mother for a couple of weeks now. I know he's in sad times. It is very difficult to lose a very loved one.
Yeah.
We all have had such experiences in the past. I wish him the very best. My thoughts and prayers are with my big brother. The second person is someone who is celebrating his birthday today. He's also a very important personality in my life. His name is Honorable Usman Seydou Weekends. He's +1 today. Usman Seydou is a man of the people. He's a man of integrity, a man full of charisma, and most importantly, he's very industrious. I wish him the very best in this new chapter in life. May the good Lord shower upon him the best of his blessings. Abina, let me go to the substantive issue. I think for the purposes of this conversation, it is instructive that I rehash the most important aspect of the 2023 budget so that I can situate my submission very well.
Yeah, I would want us to break it down even into certain sections. So we'll just pick your highlights first, then we'll go to I'll take two important parts, the freeze on employment and then the increase in VAT. So let's take firstly your highlights. What stood out in the budget for you?
Abina, I think the whole 2023 budget and matters that are arising in the aftermath of the budget, it's not surprising to some of us. It is something we had envisaged, given the times we have found ourselves as a country. Little did we, anticipate a situation where there will be a freeze on public sector employment. I think that is too extreme, so unacceptable. And today, in fact, two things in the budget stands out. And as you rightly intimated from the beginning, is about the freeze on public sector employment. The reason why I am placing emphasis on this is that in the past we have had our experience in 2014 when there was a freeze on a net freeze on public sector employment, even though there was a striking distinction between the past situation and today's situation. I think we were there before. So left to me alone, we will not get to this point. If we are a country that learned from our history, that learned from the past, if we are a country that were taking the best of decisions and learning from our wrongs in the past, I don't think we would have found ourselves in deep down into the ditch now. So, but sadly enough, we are there. I don't want to zoom into the details because we that is the purpose for which we are here.
Definitely.
And another thing I would have to talk about has to do with the increase in the VAT, 2.5% increase in VAT. This is another thing that has come to exacerbate the condition of the Ghanaian people. If you ask me, VAT is something that we all cannot escape. It forms part of the goods and services, the price you pay for every goods and services in this country. So if there's an increase in VAT, what it means is that every other person is going to bear the consequences of this increase.
Yeah.
So this is my preliminary submission. Then I would wait for us to go into
an in-depth conversation.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Today is not a very good day for you.
Of course.
My brother.
Today too is my day. I'm a Tuesday born as well. I'm coming down. First of all, before I will dwell on the substantive issue, I would like to say a very, very big condolence to the family of Barrister Nat. It came as a shocking news to me. I saw it on one of our previous students, our previous student status. That's a young gentleman who was about to bury his father within this week. He just got an accident, a law student from the University of Cape Coast. Very energetic and exuberant young man. I can't still believe it till now. I just saw it yesterday. I couldn't believe the story. But may the good God find a place and may his soul rest in perfect peace. For Nat to pass this time, you can never anticipate that will happen to him. But my condolence to all the students in the University of Cape Coast, his year batch mates that did the LLB, and my condolence to the family as well. Secondly, I want to say, I want to welcome my brother Richmond Amofa back to Ghana. And if you are watching me and you know you are beautiful and you are in the universities, please. There is tertiary most beautiful that is
Ghana
upcoming.
Students most
Ghana
beautiful.
students most beautiful that you can take an opportunity to demonstrate your abilities and your culture. And if you are being selected, there are a lot of packages that it comes with it. So grab this opportunity. Now that we know that they freezed public sector employment, at least when you win this show, there are a lot of opportunities.
Interestingly, Michael, even if you don't win, just by participating in that, and it gives you exposure. It gives you, because nowadays that's basically what people are eating from. You know, influencers and everything. So
and I'll come there. I'll when I'm speaking about the highlights, I'll come there. And the last greetings goes to Heavy, a new Afrobeat artist that is coming up. Ghana, you have to watch for this young guy who is exuberant and his music are superb. Heavy, wherever you are, I salute you. All right. Abna, now to the substantive issue.
Yeah. So let me hear your highlights.
Yes.
Your highlights of the 2023
budget. I think basically based on the two issues my brother shared. That has to do with the freeze on the public sector employment and also increase in VAT. I picked on those two issues because they are very sensitive to the growth of the economy. Despite the fact
they have direct impact
to the youth. Yes, that is why personally I have an issue with the government freezing the public sector employment, because I quite remember that 2 years or a year ago, YEA organized a conference of employment at conference center. That students youths that need employment. A lot of them they couldn't even enter into the premises. And when you look at the deficit, the number of young people who are looking for jobs to do,
who are qualified,
who have all the requisite skills, ability to get a job, and now for them to hear that there have been a freeze on it, I think that is a bit discouraging. It's a bit discouraging. Despite that, we have a lot of challenge. I think the government, I plead my own government to do something about it, because a lot of people have the hope, even though they've not gotten a job yet. They have the hope that one day it will be well, one day they'll be able to get a job. And so that has been their motivation of survival. And all of a sudden for them to hear that the government has freeze employment, it is not something it's something that I don't know how far the youth can deal with. So I'm pleading with my government to do something about it. Again, with the VAT increment. As
the minority leader is saying that NPP doesn't have the moral right to increase VAT.
I disagree.
That was a very interesting comment for him to make.
I disagree with him in that regard because at any point in time in anybody's life, you have taken the decision before and going forward, maybe due to a change in prevailing circumstances, you might change your line of thought.
Yeah.
So you can agree on something today. It does not mean that the hook, line, and sinker forever you have to stick with it.
That's
time
true.
can change unless you don't want to be dynamic. You understand? So with that moral principle,
even the Bible says it's only a fool who doesn't change his mind.
So if in the period of 1995 MPP was against it, does not necessarily mean that they can.
He's
but my problem is
stand.
with the increment because now times are
difficult.
Today, before coming here, I passed by to take a lunch before getting here, and there was a gentleman who approached me. If you hear the story, but personally, everybody has challenge, but listening to his own challenges, I was like, hey, I'm a bit ahead though.
No, heaven.
Because the man narrated a lot of challenges going through, and I don't think any member in government will shy away from it.
Yeah.
We are going through a difficult, and not only Ghana, global in the global world. When you go to the United States, United Kingdom, even the world developed countries, they are all going through challenges. So if you have,
but their citizens are not complaining as much as
they are. I think there's one country that they even went to the president,
Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Yes, they went. They went to his house and they were swimming in the pool.
Yeah.
We've seen people holding placards among others in others. But my point in relation to the VAT is, if we are in difficult times, it's not a good time for us to increase taxes.
You are exacerbating our problem.
Yes,
but
because
interestingly, Michael, some Ghanaian people are saying that this government is a listening government because I'll let Rafiu answer this because the way you are prepared, I don't want to hear.
I want to get a bite on it before. I know you will do a lot of talk.
Listen,
so, yeah.
Some Ghanaian people are saying that this government is a listening government because when they decided to introduce the e-levy, it was around 1.75%, and then Ghanaians spoke and they brought it to 1.5%, and now they are bringing it to 1%. Rafiu, do you agree with these Ghanaians, or are they in a different part of this country that they have everything rosy?
Abena, I have come to believe that in this world and in Ghana, no matter what the situation, you will still find people who will still have faith in this current government.
So you've lost faith.
So I have no iota of faith in Akufo-Addo government. If I say I am disappointed, then it's even an understatement. So the point I'm trying to make is that what they failed to explain to the Ghanaian people is that the reduction of the e-levy from 1.5% to 1% is not enough to cushion the Ghanaian people. Doesn't mean the government is a listening government. Initially, the arrangement is that 1.5 and the amount was paid at 100 cedis.
Yes.
Now, it's no longer 100 cedis. It is applicable to every amount of transaction you are going to engage in. Even 1 cedi, even 50%. So what significant change would this bring to the Ghanaian people? So what the Ghanaian people does not understand is that the poor person who the finance minister had said that, okay, we want to target people who are doing mobile money and who are doing, bigger transactions. We are targeting them because,
in other words, they are trying to protect
the poor. Exactly.
Society,
Now you are saying that the poor person who is transacting 1 cedis, 2 cedis, 5 cedis, you are going to deduct e-levy from it. So what significant change has this reduction brought to the Ghanaian people?
1% of 50 cedis is it that much? It's not that much.
It's not. Well, it's so much. My issue with this e-levy thing transcends even the percentage. It has to do with the fact that this e-levy thing was bundled to the Ghanaian people as the panacea to the problems of Ghanaians. I remember I was on this platform some time ago to explain to the Ghanaian people that, yes, we are made to believe by the government that the e-levy is the only solution to Ghana's problem. I recall that conversation with Richie here. My brother Michael was not here. Okay. So I recall that conversation. We're made to believe that e-levy, when we adopt or accept e-levy, then all our economic challenges would be taken care of. Few days or few months after the introduction of the e-levy, the revenue target was around 6.9 billion. The finance minister could not hit the 6.9 billion target. Then we were made to believe that, yes, we have to go back to IMF again.
Rafi, not to cut you, but I've seen that my viewers have started calling the test line. please, I know tempers are high, but please don't call the test line, because if you call that, I can't answer it. Just send me a text message on it, and I would read all the messages, the questions. Michael here is an MPP man, so if you have anything that you want to say to him, send it to the text message on 02098699961. He's
because of the statement I want to, then I'll let
okay.
No, I think it's not fair for me to let the
you are a sympathizer. You are a sympathizer of
them. Because I've stated clearly here that without any shame that we are facing a very difficult times. And I've also stated clearly here that there are some portion of the budgets that I'm displeased with that has to do with the freeze on public sector employment. And I've also stated that it's even discouraging. I understand
that. But let me finish my submission.
Then you can come. I was in the middle of a very important point.
Very important.
Very important point. Well, we're made to believe that e-levy and IMF were mutually exclusive situations. So it's either you pick e-levy or you go to IMF. So on that score, we had to agree with the government that okay, force the e-levy on us. So you foisted the e-levy on us, and later when you realized you could not meet the revenue target, you took the country back to IMF. So one issue I have with this government, amidst all these challenges and all these insensitivities, one big problem I have with the government is the entrenched position the president has taken in relation to the finance minister. If you look at the current finance minister, he's one of the people that the Ghanaian people have lost confidence in. Most often than not, it's not about what the person can do. It's about the fact that the person has lost it, and the Ghanaian people are saying that we don't want this person to be at the helm of affairs again.
But Rafiu, honestly, if say today we change Honorable Kenneth Fariata and we bring a different person, what difference would they exactly make today?
It's about public confidence. It's about public confidence, and that is very, very important in politics. If the Ghanaian people are saying that do this for us, and you listen to them and you bring another person, it doesn't mean that the person is coming to perform any magic. It doesn't mean that the person is coming to do some wonders for the Ghanaian people. But the mere fact that you take that bold decision, it means that you are going to repose confidence, or you are going to get confidence from the Ghanaian people again. If you go to the street of Accra, ask the next 10 people you meet in the form of a survey, and all of them will tell you that take the finance minister off. If for nothing at all, the fact that the finance minister told Ghanaians that the MPP government is not taking the country to IMF today and tomorrow, and we are there today, is enough basis for the finance minister to resign. If he is not principled enough to resign and to tell the Ghanaian people that I have failed the Ghanaian people, then the president must.
But he has apologized to us. He has acknowledged that we are in difficult times. He's not denying the fact that we are in difficult times. He said
if you are even following the finance minister, only 2 days ago, you know what he told the Ghanaian people? He said that our debt level are unsustainable. And Ghana today, the only way out is a program he launched 2 days ago. You call it debt exchange program. It is debt restructuring, but he dubbed it debt exchange program. And you recall, this same finance minister told us that the only way out was the e-levy. And today he's telling us that the only way out now is what? The debt exchange program. So such an inconsistent person is not someone that you have to trust with public office. And most often than not, what is so fascinating is about the finance minister is that he comes and he wears his cassock and comes to quote Bible.
He's a religious person. He has said without shame that he's a Christian.
And I have come to realize that because we, as it is said by John H. Mbiti, that the African man is notoriously religious, some of these things are psychological strategies that politicians use on the ordinary people. I understand the finance minister very well. But then I have some other important points I want to make.
Yeah, I will let you make those points. But let me ask this question to Michael. Is your government confused? Because it's like you people don't know what you're doing. You had the men. Now we've given you the mandate, and
does it mean
have the men run away?
Okay. Does it mean the president is not your government?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. I'm neither MPP nor NDC.
Yes. She's a host. She's apolitical.
I'm also a sympathizer of the MP.
Definitely, I don't sympathize with anybody.
Since President Nana Akufo-Addo is the president of the Republic of Ghana, I think he's our government.
Exactly. We have given him the power to take certain decisions on our behalf.
I don't think the president is confused. But what I think is that
I didn't mention him in particular.
Like
I'm saying his
government.
government.
Yes, he's the head of government. So of course, if you mention government, inclusive,
definitely.
Exactly. But then I get the point you're trying to make. Honestly, I've said it here earlier that we are in a very difficult time.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world, people are crying, and Ghana is not excluded. However, it does not also mean that the government should sit aloof without them putting measures in place to rectify the issue we found ourselves in. That is why I think in the mind or the wisdom of these organizers, they want us to discuss the budget, whether or not the budget is going to help the economy, and how we the youth will have confidence in the economy. That's why I said, I highlighted earlier, even as a sympathizer of the government, by saying that for the finance minister to include the freeze on public sector employment in the budget and submit it to parliament is really discouraging to read the youth. Because most of the times, people have completed school, they have the qualification, they have the skills. Other people are helping them because they have the motive that one day this person might get a job and, well, might either recompensate whatever have given to him. But now that hope is going to be lost, because to survive without work and having hope or confidence that one day I might get work, and for us to take that hope from the ordinary Ghanaian
what it looks like is that, one, you are not giving us jobs. Our hope that we are relying on to, you've come to take it away from us.
That is why, as a sympathizer, I have a problem, a serious problem with this included in the budget. And I stated, if you've watched my line of argument since I have been with you and here, I have never been biased in my talk. I'll not say that because I sympathize with a particular political party, and therefore when that political party goes wrong in their decision, I might not criticize. Because I'm not here on the ticket of that political party. I'm not communicating for that political party. I'm communicating as a youth.
As a youth,
and as a Ghanaian, and what I think on the budget. So these are my line of thought. So why would I be biased because I sympathize with that political? Because the effect that comes, I also suffer. Because when I was coming here, the transportation I paid, I suffered for it because there has been an increment. But we should also not be alluded that, or we shouldn't put all the blame on the government sector. We should know that globally there is a challenge. There's a COVID. Ghana is now recovering.
We are not the only people who are affected by the COVID.
And yes, and the truth is that we are not only the only country that we are also complaining.
No.
So the point that I am trying to make is that the government should come to the realization to take certain decisions to help us. Because if we have agreed that the whole world...
We're already on the floor. The government is stepping on us on the floor again.
If you make this concern, I can agree with you because there has been an increment in that. I can also agree with you because there's a freeze in public sector employment. Please, hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Exactly. So what I'm only saying is that our government should be a bit considerate. I think that the decisions we are taking, yes, we could say that we are taking this harsh decision in order to revive the economy as soon as possible.
They are telling us this is an is it austerity?
Austerity measures.
Because if these measures are harsh to reboost the economy, we should also look at the consequences. Because you have freezed employment. What measures are you putting in place for those who cannot be employed to get access to employment? I was told before coming here, I spoke to a colleague and said the government is bringing on board the youth start. That if you're a young person that you want to also establish your own business, you can apply to, and you'll be giving money. I don't know the timelines where those monies will be supplied. I don't know the mechanism.
When they are still owing student loans and stuff like that.
I am only pleading to people in authority, my own government, that since these policies are now in the limelight, there have been a freeze on public sector employment. There's an increment in some taxes. Those measures that we think that can reduce the burden on the ordinary youth, like the Youth Start among other programs, the government should start running those programs. Because if indeed you're taking the hope that the person might not get any job to do again in the public sector,
your own job, the taxes, they will chase you out of your office.
And the government is willing to assist the young ones to establish our businesses. As it stands now, we've not heard much about the youth tax. I believe as soon as possible, because this thing is going to cause a lot of problem with the youth sector. Because I'm telling you, the hope of getting the job alone can make you a bit relaxed. But if we've taken that hope from the ordinary youth now they'll take their destiny into their hands. And we don't know the next line of action, which I believe that we don't get there. So the Youth Start program and other program that the government has taken in place in order to reduce the burden on the youth, that is for the youth to become self-employed, for them to become entrepreneurial. The government should, as soon as possible, as soon as practicable, to put those measures in place so that those youth can get access to those monies and start their businesses as soon as possible. Because if not that, I believe you me, there's a lot of discouragement.
If he wouldn't start that, young people are already in business. Why not give them tax holidays? Why not give them tax exemptions? Why not, give them certain subsidies that will help them boost their businesses? Let me read some of the messages and then I'll come back to Rafiu. The way Rafiu has gotten up, he's about to make some important points. So
very, very important point.
Lancer MDK. He says, good afternoon. Please tell Rafiu that we are watching him live from Bole and that we are proud of him. This is from Hadi. Okay. I will go to my WhatsApp and my text messages. This person says, hi, I'm Abu from Tadi. NPP, you need tax, yet you block our SIM cards. Please. Miss Eslowusu says that if you don't have a Ghana card, she has not blocked you. So go and find your Ghana card and go and register yourself. Good afternoon. Please extend my greetings to my humble brother, Abdul Rafiu. He is making his submissions more clearer to our understanding. May the Almighty Allah richly bless him and raise him higher. This is Adam from Daboya. Okay, this person says, good afternoon, Abna. Please ask the MPP guy why. Hey, today I've put you in trouble. Please ask the MPP guy why is he now complaining about global crisis when Baumia said global crisis can't jump all other countries to affect only Ghana. And what has changed? Okay. This person also says there's no hope in this budget. You see from Obwase. Today you're in trouble.
I'm not.
Rafiu, let me make your point. I'm listening to you.
Okay, let me make this very important point. But before let me respond to one issue my brother has been raising over and over, which has to do with the issue of the global crisis. Admittedly, there is a global crisis, but to continue to underscore the fact that there is a global crisis, seeking to suggest that we are more affected than any other country is something I would not agree with my brother. And the point I'm trying to make is that
our death rate wasn't
if you look at the entire African country, Ghana is the first country to announce debt restructuring program in the entire African country. All other countries in Africa are affected by the global crisis. So it has to do with decisions our leaders are taking. Decisions that are not inuring to the progress and the growth of the country. I have come to realize that they are not the best of decisions for the country. So let's admit the fact that there's some leadership lapses and leadership failure to some extent as far as the issue of Ghana is concerned. That is just by the way. Now let me go to the most important thing. When you look at page 230 of the 2023 budget, there's an intention to recruit about 1,570 presidential staffers.
You don't say.
Government has no idea. Government has decided to freeze public sector employment, but I found it fit and appropriate to increase staffers in government. And the intention is that government will not employ in health sector, education, and every other sector at all. But there is an intention in page 230 of the budget, which says that government intends to adjust or increase the number of presidential staffers from 211 to 3,681. What it means is that there's a possibility of an employment increase at the government machinery to the tune of 1,570 people. So you have
do what exactly?
You have a government who have succeeded in killing the dreams of so many young people in the country by announcing a freeze on public sector employment. Because I am sad. You must be sad as a graduate in this country. What it means is that you have no shred of hope in 2023. But the government has found it very, very appropriate to employ people into government machinery. Look at the amount of money the emolument arrangement of government staffers compared to teachers, compared to nurses, and compared to ordinary Ghanaian worker, public servants. So you can imply you can.
To that, Rafiu, the government has said that he's gone into an agreement with the UK to take some of our nurses away. You know, to better their lives. Is that not also a shred of hope for our health workers?
I believe I just read a statement from the Ghana Association of Registered Nurses and Midwives. The people that they are targeting are saying that when they have perused that policy, it's not the best of policy for them. If you look at the arrangement of that, the conditions in that arrangement, it's not the best of arrangement for people they are even targeting.
Choose that over Ghana?
They prefer to stay in Ghana for a possible posting.
That's the first
so that's the point I am trying to make. Apart from that, who would have thought that President Akufo-Addo, who shot to prominence in 1995, whose only claim to fame in 1995, who became a national icon in 1995 because of his significant contribution in the Kumipreku demonstration, would paradoxically today become a president and supervise a government that would increase VAT to 2.5%.
That will go as Prekon, literally.
Exactly, literally. So what it means is that you cannot stand against something yesterday and stand for it today. I believe what the government failed to do is that the government did not do its homework very well. The decision the government took some few years back, some few months back, are haunting us today. So what I'm trying to say is that today in Ghana, if you look at page 195 of the same budget, there's an allocation of 80 million Ghana cedis, whopping 80 million Ghana cedis to the National Cathedral. Under the current circumstances, I am not against the building of a National Cathedral. We are all religious people. We have a national mosque. There's a need for a National Cathedral. Fine. Let's assume that, yes, we have to get a National Cathedral. But should we prioritize cathedral among priorities under the current circumstances? If you look at the amount of money this government has spent on the National Cathedral so far, and it's still allocating 80 million, over 400 million spent on that cathedral, go to that site and see whether there's any significant work being done on that site to worth that amount of money that has been dissipated on that project. So let us be fair as Ghanaians. We should not be economical about the truth. We have to speak dispassionately to this government. This government is not doing Ghana any good service, especially when it comes to what they are prioritizing under the current circumstances. In any case at all, President Akufo-Addo should be seen leading example. What I'm trying to say is that you still have 120-something ministers, and you want Ghanaians to share the burden with you. You are introducing austerity measures, and you don't find the need to merge Minister of Transport, Minister of Aviation, Minister of Roads and
cut some allowances.
So what I'm trying to say is that some of them are just occupying offices and taking money at the expense of the state. So what you have to be doing is that if any serious government who is in the state of economic distress should be seen to what? Cutting down expenditure, and we have to start from reducing the number of ministers, reducing even the number of presidential staff. But we still find it interesting and fit that you should employ presidential staffers as opposed to suffering Ghanaian youth.
Rafi, I think you've made your points clear. Michael.
So I understand my brother. I think when I came here before we did the show, the way he approached me, he was the first person who told me about I think I have not really read the entire document of the budget that was presented, and he pointed out to me that have I alluded to the fact that, or have I seen a page where government is saying that it's going to employ some presidential staffers. So I think it's key to whatever is discussing today. Well, his line of thoughts is more of what the NDC has expressed in their public sharing their public view.
This is my view as a despondent Ghanaian, as a dissatisfied Ghanaian graduate, who is also looking for a decent employment.
So I'm coming. So I'm saying that is fair. That is fair. I have also shared the same line of thought that my brother has expressed over the time, but the only thing I disassociate with him is his choice of words, because when you say that government trying to lobby with the UK government in order for the nurses to get a place of employment,
let me show you. I'll get you
to take some nurses to UK, and that is and some association or group a group have come together and say that they don't like that and they prefer Ghana. So if they prefer being Ghana, so do they prefer being unemployed? That should be the question, and that cannot be true. And well, he said he will provide a source, but whatever it's coming from, I don't think
it's Ghana Association of Registered Nurses and Midwives. I'll provide a group of people. It's not a group of.
When you're speaking, I never interject.
Okay.
It could be a group of people that want to, downplay such an idea from the government. That appreciating that from the government will not
make you a sympathizer.
Make you a sympathizer of the government, because of course most people, even without this government policy that is bringing on board to take some of the nurses to the UK, some people are traveling to go and work elsewhere, and it's true. Most of the nurses are unemployed, so I think it's a good initiative, and government should extend it. Not only UK government, we should get to the US president and other countries where they deem it fit that those nurses, and not only nurses, I think during Nkrumah time, even teachers were sent across the African continent and also the world as well. So I think it's a good initiative. But then if you can criticize how the medium and the terms and conditions associated with it, the selection, I don't have a problem. But I think that is a good policy from the government. However, I keep emphasizing, by wrapping up, I am saying that it is I'm a bit worried with the government including freezing on the public sector employment, because it seems we the youth that we are seeking employment, we are discouraged. However, I was told
we are discouraged.
Yeah, we are discouraged. We are discouraged. However, I was told by a friend when I was coming that the government is coming out with a policy, or there are policies that are rolled out so that we the youth that we've not gotten employment here, we can be able to get access to those fundings to establish our own business. I am pleading and using this platform to plead to government.
Establish their own businesses and then stop employing other people into those sectors.
Those monies that the government want to make available should come quick, because it is really, really sad. And the hope of the youth, if you go to the ground, the grassroots, you realize that all the youth are a bit displeased with such a policy in the government budget that was presented this year.
12 days ago. Okay, so this person says, I'm Marcelo watching live from Bole. Well done, Rafiu. Today, Michael, when you get down, you have to get bodyguards, because this person says a massive representation by senior comrade Abdul Rafiu. Keep up the good work, sir. Please, Abna, kindly allow Rafiu to flow. Thank you. I've allowed him. I allowed him.
Yes.
I've allowed him. This person says, Comrade Abdul Rafiu is really making my afternoon an euphoric one. I really like this enthusiasm and vitality of speaking the truth to this duplicitous government. I'm Johnson Forsen from Amenfi East. Okay. So, unfortunately, my time is up. I would give you guys just about 30 seconds to wrap up and say, good afternoon to a few people. But I want the young women of Ghana who are in tertiary institutions, I have some great news for you. I want you to know that if you are bold enough, to hop on the Ghana Students' Most Beautiful platform. This is a platform that would be a stepping stone for your greatness, that would allow you to discover yourself and discover the talents that you have and the purpose for which you are on this planet. Ghana Students' Most Beautiful will be a great platform for you if you're interested in pageants. Even if you're not interested in pageants, come. You get, trained, you'll be enlightened, you'll be educated, you'll be exposed to a lot of things. So become that woman today with Ghana Students' Most Beautiful 2023. Our auditions is on the Saturday, 17th of December 2022 at Crossmark Marketing at 11 a.m. Okay, so if you are coming and you need any help, just call this number 055-383-1329 and then we'll direct you. We'll come and pick you up at the junction to the place. Be sure not to miss this audition because this is for you. We are here to serve you. And
take advantage.
Take advantage. There's free unemployment. Yes, if you don't, I don't know what you'll be doing. So, Rafiu, in 30 seconds, my time is up. Okay,
Abina, I don't have much to say again, except to say that if you are a young person in this country and you still have a modicum of hope that this government would do something for you, I believe you are very economical with the truth, and you are deluding yourself. So what I want to suggest is that we must take our destinies into our own hands. If you can get something doing for yourself, you have to resort to that as soon as possible. That is what I will add.
Okay, Michael, quickly.
Yes,
quickly.
A very good afternoon to my brother, Heavy, an Afrobeat artist that Ghana is yet to experiencing. And I'm appealing to all Ghanaians to watch out for this young, energetic young boy that
he performed at the
he performed at Ghana Cultural Awards. The Afrobeat, Afro Jollof that was organized by the Ghana Beyond the Return.
He's a rising star.
Yeah, he's a rising star as well. I want to also appeal to my government that we have to reconsider this one, a humble plea, the freeze on public sector employment. If it is not decision by the IMF, but it's a decision by probably cabinet or stakeholders in government, I am pleading, if that decision can be reverted or that decision can be changed, government should change that decision, because that is the only thing that can give hope to the youth. Having hope that they will get employment, that should be changed. And again, last one.
My time is up. They will take me off.
The Youth Start program, government should make sure that those monies and whatever it takes for the program to run, we do that as soon as possible so that the hope can be restored.
Okay, so that the hope can be restored. Someone sent a text message that I should ask Michael if all the nurses run away and go to UK and he falls sick.
Not all of them.
And he falls sick, who will take care of him? So that was just by the way. Exactly. Thank you guys so much for choosing to watch me this afternoon. I am so honored and humbled by that decision of yours and your comments and questions. Thank you so much for sending them in. If you've lost hope this afternoon and you're a young lady, you're in the tertiary institution, come to Crossmark Marketing on the 17th of December, 11 a.m. and come and audition. Be part of this program. And if you win, if you don't win, you've gotten the exposure. It's a platform that you can build yourself up for greatness. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Are you between the ages of 18 and 25? Bold, eloquent, beautiful and confident? Do you dream to become the face of all tertiary institutions? Then here is your chance. Ghana Students Most Beautiful is here again to make your dreams come true. Auditions on 17th December 2022 at 8 a.m. For more information, you can contact 059-638-9596 or 0548-503-799. Ghana Students Most Beautiful 2023. She dreamt, believed and achieved it.